Chelsea and Inter Milan have reached agreement over a loan move for striker Romelu Lukaku, according to Sky in Italy reports. Inter will pay a fee of €8 million, £6.9 million, plus add-ons, with the move being subject to a medical. Transfer Centre Live. Paper Talk. Chelsea's summer transfer plans analysed. Chelsea transfer rumours. Chelsea paid Inter £97.5 million to sign Lukaku last summer, but the Belgian scored just 8 Premier League goals in 26 outings. In December, Lukaku told Sky in Italy he wanted to return to Inter one day. He said, "I really hope in the depths of my heart to return to Inter, not at the end of my career, but at a still good level to hopefully win more." Last week, it was revealed Inter cannot afford to sign Lukaku, who scored 64 goals in 95 games and helped them to the Serie A title during his time at the club on a permanent deal. One of the worst transfers in place history. Sky Sports News chief reporter Kava Solhekel. "I think it is close, but it is not imminent." The Inter chief executive Bep Murata was speaking earlier. He was saying they have jumped at the chance to try and re-sign Romelu Lukaku, but it is not imminent. He said it's not going to be announced today. There isn't a positive spin you can put on this. The transfer will go down in Premier League history as one of the worst transfer deals of all time. Chelsea signed him for almost £100 million. He was brilliant for 2 seasons at Inter, but came to Chelsea and things started going wrong quickly. He gave that interview to Sky Italy in which he basically said he wanted to go back to Inter. It looks from the outside that his heart hasn't been in it. I understand. He doesn't particularly like the way Chelsea play under Thomas Tuchel, but it doesn't look like he's tried too hard to adapt. I think the vast majority of Chelsea supporters will be glad to see the back of him. But it is an extraordinary tale, a player they signed for almost £100 million going back to Inter a year later on what will probably be a loan deal, and Inter will pay £10 million to begin with. And then there are his wages, because he's on about £325,000 per week at Chelsea. Someone close to the negotiations told us yesterday that he is leaving. He doesn't have a future at Chelsea. Which positions are Chelsea targeting? Sky Sports News senior reporter Melissa Reddy. Chelsea are pressing ahead with their summer recruitment plans now that the £4.25 billion Todd Boehly-led consortium takeover of the club has been completed. The Blues have a verbal agreement already in place with Sevilla defender Jules Koundé, with the Spanish club preferring a quick deal as they aim to balance their books before June 30th. Talks on a deal for Koundé had collapsed last year, but there is optimism from all parties it will get done this time. Paris Saint-Germain's Presnel Kimpembe is part of a shortlist of central defensive options and is Thomas Tuchel's preference. Atletico Madrid's José Jiménez and RB Leipzig's Josko Gvardiol are also among those being looked at. Chelsea like Monaco midfielder Aurélien Tchouaméni, but the expectation is he will end up at Real Madrid. PSV's Ibrahim Sangaré is among the alternatives. Chelsea's fixtures. Lampard's Everton first up, then Spurs. Chelsea kick off their 2022-23 season with a trip to Frank Lampard's Everton live on Sky Sports before hosting London rivals Spurs in their first home. Thomas Tuchel's side face a reunion with Blues legend Lampard at Goodison Park on August 6, kick-off 5:30 p.m., before Tottenham visit Stamford Bridge a week. Chelsea will host Liverpool in West London on September 17, Manchester United on October 22 and Arsenal on November 5. Their final fixture before the month-long break for the World Cup is away at Newcastle, and they continue their campaign on Boxing Day against newly promoted Chelsea travel to Tottenham on February 25 and Arsenal on April 29, with the latter the start of a bumper last 5 games including Manchester City away on the penultimate weekend of the season and Newcastle at home on the final day. Follow the summer transfer window with Sky Sports. Who will be on the move this summer before the transfer window closes at 11 p.m. on September 1? Keep up to date with all the latest transfer news and rumors in our dedicated Transfer Center blog on Sky Sports digital platforms. You can also catch up with the ins, outs and analysis on Sky Sports News.